and everybody, and welcome to another Smoke and Mirrors. This episode is brought to you by Portland Rains. Portland Rains, they're back. Because, of course, they are. Because that thing that just happened was a fake out. It's going to be very wet and sloppy out for the foreseeable future. Probably till about September. So that's great. That's great. Anyway, here's the song. Sometime in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow. But if you have strength, something to do. I forgot how the song goes. Okay, now here they are, your invenerable host, Carlos Karim Wyndham. All right. It's magic time. Hey, every memory that comes up on my memories on Facebooks now is me doing a version of this from a year ago, because we've been here and locked up for a real long time, and so we're. Also, if you are a completionist, please do not go back to see, because it wasn't a show. It was not as good as things like it is now. Like this. Gonna be talking with the one and the only Alonso Chadwick. That's gonna be happening on Tuesday, March the 23rd. Alonso is a musician, an instructor, community person, and things like that. And we're going to be chatting on Tuesday. And then on April the 1st, no joke, real life shit. I'll tell jokes, but I'll be doing it at Beyond DEI, confronting white affirmative action and anti-blackness in professional spaces. If you've ever wondered what I might do in my professional life aside this, because clearly this is passion, that sign up, come. It's going to be so good. I'm really good at that. As is my co-host with the co-most, Teresa Logan. We're going to get into some things today. Joshua, come on. Forgot a transition page right there. That's okay. You know what it is. There he is. Handsome boy. So we're going to talk about white guys today. Very often when I am doing one of the DEI sorts of things, or when I am doing a training, or when I am talking about race and racism, I am asked by brown and black participants, well, why do we even got to talk about white people? To me, that is a bit like being dropped into a school of piranha in the Amazon and asking why we got to talk about teeth and fish. The water's bad. The water's bad, but you gotta talk about so we're gonna talk about the ones who benefit from that water just a little bit, just to purview, and also because there have been some white people in the news, and white guys in the news doing white guy shit recently, doing white guy shit. Hey, speaking of, yeah, I am a bit of a professional coffee connoisseur. Come on now. Come on, you know the deal, Bobo. Does everybody have some? Mm, mm. Get you some. I really listen. I'm gonna just say it. This is coffee from Cole Coffee in Oakland, California. I do have it shipped up here. It is delicious. I've been drinking it for years since it was King Coffee in Oakland. Same owners, and in particular, organic East Timor fair trade blend in me cuppy. Have you a warm bevy? I hope you do. Mm. Mesophonics, I am so sorry, but I'm going to do it again. Here we go. It's actually that hot today, so I got to be a little bit careful anyway. My God, Bo, how you doing? Listen, I understand, Bo. Get the water in. You know what? I'm gonna match my Bo's hydrating. I'm gonna match that. I'm in the press juice gang, as you all know, and today I'm getting the spirulinas in. Got to get in my spirulina. Mm, mm, mm. That's a natural color. Mm, mm-hmm. Yep. Anytime you have glowing colors from nature, suck them up, drink them in. Here's a white guy that has been in the news a lot because he keeps opening his mouth. Tucker Carlson, seen here, pinching off a loaf of fair and balanced news. The thing is that Tucker Carlson, and the thing about him, about his reclamation of manhood and manliness, theoretically, according to some of his most recent correspondences, criticizing the armed forces for providing flight uniforms for pregnant women in the armed forces. Of course, they've earned those with the number of hours that they flew in their planes in the military, which of course he loves because he's a boy, a white boy, and the military and white boys have a very close relationship, and they love each other, and he loves them, and he just doesn't want them to become more feminine because he doesn't think that's a good idea because reason might enter the picture and then you have problems. Anyway, some of those ideas have made their way once again into the national spotlight from Florida. Got to get into it because it matters, because the white men keep making it a relevant topic of conversation. Every time I think I'm going to try to not talk about it a bunch because I don't want to highlight it, because I don't want to bring attention to it, I realize that we got to talk about it because otherwise it could keep catching. And if it does keep catching, then more and more of your family members are going to start looking like that. And that's not a thing you want. And or things like what happened in Florida this time again could happen where you live. And we gotta nip this in the bud. White dudes have decided that all of the hyper racism, all of the xenophobia spoken was not enough, and have elevated it to new levels. Once again, there have been quite a number of just random punchings of old Asian people. And most recently, there was a shooting in Florida. So we're going to get into it a little bit. And Joshua, no, honey, we're not talking about the shooting at the nightclub, baby. It's the other shooting in Florida today. Okay, thank you. So Florida, okay. Joshua, that's that's Parkland. That's from Parkland. That's from the Parkland school shooting in Florida. That's not what we're talking about today. That also it also is Florida. So points to you. Points to thank you. Thank you. We are talking about the attack that happened in Florida most recently. The attack against aromatherapy. There was another shooting, and it did happen. It did happen to be a Whitman who committed the shooting, who said that he committed the shooting because he was tempted by the parlors, and so to minimize that temptation for aromatherapy, he went around to a couple of them on the strip, several of them on the strip where they are together, where gentlemen can enjoy a parlor and some aromatherapy. And so he shot at least 8 of the candle workers. 8 what? 8 dead? Do we know how many shot? You don't know? I don't know either. Okay. All right. We're going to get into this, really? Okay. Okay, we're going to get deeper into this in a second. But before we do that, let's take a minute to spread the word. Hey, do you enjoy what we do here? This is Smoke and Mirrors. It's it's a live stream. It's a podcast. It's a chat show sometimes. And sometimes we get into the issues of the day. Of course, we're always talking about the culture and the politics and all of the comedies. And so let's get into it. These are people who like it that you see on the screen. They're patrons. They're here with some regularity. You could be one if you want. That would be great. If you wanted to, you would go to Smoke and Mirrors CCB and you'd become one. And there's prizes. We're gonna do all sorts of things. Book club, and there's 3 patrons. You're gonna get prizes too. We're doing the new ones now. So that's great. I'll be here for free. You could help for free. You know how? Like it on the YouTube or the what's the other place? You know, the Facebooks. That's the one. Like it there too. And of course, if you really, really, really wanted to drop 5 on it because it was worth it to you, you could do that at the Venmo at Godlos-Wyndham, at the Cash App at $CK Wyndham, or at the PayPal /.me CK Wyndham. Get into it. Get into the flavor. It's Smoke and Mirrors. Here we go. You know what? You are absolutely right, my friend Bosif. This was Atlanta, hot Atlanta, not Florida. Joshua, let's tighten up the research just a little bit, boo boo. Thank you. That's on me. There's no. So this is the part where, when we're offering the correction, I have to admit that Joshua is the little intern who lives in the part of my brain that MS took, and so there's a dead spot there where shame would have lived before. In terms of like social situations, like later there's shame, but in the immediate, and very little filter. So, but Joshua sits in there, and when I'm correcting Joshua, I'm correcting me. And so I'm correcting me. because Bo was kind enough to correct me, and so that I not be that flavor of asshole that is providing you misinformation as though I were Russia. I was just testing you. Did you catch it? Were you as smart as Bo? Did everybody catch the? Did everybody catch the geography mistake today? Might have been pre-gaming a little bit. Little bit. Also might have been trying to get through the Snyder cut, the Justice League, before we met today. And I'm so close, but I didn't make it to the finish. It is, as you know, the longest superhero movie in history. I will say it is way better than the one that I walked out of in the movie theaters when it was first released. No spoilers. I'll just say that it's a lot better. It's divided into chapters. I'm on chapter 5, and I've been watching it since 6 this morning. Just turned it off at 4:10 right before we came here today. So I guess that means I'm about halfway through. I'll check out the other half later tonight. Anyway, there was a shooting in Atlanta that we got to talk about. We don't got to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it because I'm going to need for white folks to sit in their white yuck around the reality of what happened. At the parlor itself, Ashley Yun and 7 others lost their lives, and they lost their lives to one Robert Aaron Long. This is Robert, seen here doing cosplay of a human being. That beard may or may not be compensating for that thick mustache. I don't like to do body shaming. That's not a thing that is for me. I don't think it's a good thing, in particular when it affects people to the degree that they begin feeling that they must reshape their bodies into things that are absolutely unachievable. And yet, it is very, very clear that part of what may have been Robert's problem is that achieving the kind of beautiful that some people are born with is not a thing that is going to happen in Robert's life. And so became in fact, you are correct, Bo, an incel. He did in fact become an incel. For those of you who do not know, incel, it matters what it means. In the same way it matters to know that Antifa is anti-fascist, an incel is an involuntary celibate, is what they call themselves, which is a way to say that they are flying in a vag-free zone in which they do not wish to be. Was that delicate? I don't know. It's weird. This is do you know, Joshua, this is the second show in a row that we've been making mention of vaginas. I don't know. Something on the mind, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, why would it be on the mind? It certainly was on his mind, and it seemed to have been in the mind of the captain, Jay Baker, who was saying that the reason that that this happened is because our guy was frustrated. He was frustrated, and he didn't want the temptation of the sex shops on the strip in Atlanta to be tempting him to sex with people for the exchange of money. Because why would you pay money for sex? And so, it's not as though that's a profession that appeared in the Bible, and there certainly were no prostitutes in Jesus's clique, except for Mary Magdalene, who was a prostitute in Jesus's clique. But anyway, he didn't want that. So it's he had a bad day, said the captain, about the white supremacist terrorist shooting of 7 Asian women and a white lady. Oh, by the way, when I went to the news today to try to find photos of the victims to share with you that I could share along with the name of Ashley Yun, because say her name, the white lady was the only one I could find a picture of. I wonder why. Can't think of a reason. Not a single one. Anyway, he used the white guy key. So it wasn't so much that he was a bad guy, who made a decision to do a bad thing. He was just a white guy having a bad day. Just a white guy having a bad day. God forbid you come across a white guy having a bad day. And if the white guy having a bad day says something like, woohoo, you better run. Because that means we're lynching. So, the fuck, right? I know, Lisa. I know. It's not a good look. I don't find it to be a good look. I think it's a rough look, right? And then if you combine this idea with all of the other things going on in the world, including the fact that your captain has proven on Facebook that he is very, very anti-Asian right now. He was rocking a COVID-19 shirt that designed to look like the Corona label. So like Corona, that and said imported from China on it. China, which that team said like vagina, and because Trump said it that way. And also is very, very anti-Asian. Hey, Joshua, this Family Guy shit, this is not as cool as it thinks it is. I mean, I know it's trying to make a commentary about Asian stereotypes, but by having this rapist have a bunch of Asian girls in a trunk, he's sort of contributing to it. Is it a white guy who writes this? See, I thought so. McFarlane? Okay, well, see, you can tell because this is like a white guy trying to comment on a problem and fix it, but the tools that he has, it's like, right? Remember the beginning of 2001 when the ape Neanderthal monkey things had the space the space object, and rape it, steal it, fuck it, I kill it, right? Rape it, steal it, kill it. I think that's really the holy trilogy of what it is to be in that group. It seems rough. Why would they? That's not an answer. I mean, yes, satire is a great answer, but you be satirical about you punch up, you punch up. You know what I mean? Which I guess if you're on top of the world, if you're the one on the top, makes it hard to punch up because then I go punch God, leave us alone, fuck off. Well, here's the thing though. Let's talk about where they get it. Where do they get it? Where does this idea come from to do horrible shit for these children? These very young, can't grow a beard ass, can't piss straight incel children. What is it that drives the anger? Well, I think a part of it is being told you're the one on the top. You're on top. And then being born into facing a world after they live the mythology of white supremacy as taught to them and all of us in elementary school. Then you graduate, and then the world is here, and it's not here to serve white people or white men. And then again, the tools. You can kill it, you can steal it and occupy it, or you can rape it. And then it's just, again, it's a limited tool set. And it's reinforced well after elementary school and in pop culture. Y'all remember this one, right? This classic, Falling Down, right? About the white guy who flipped out because the McDonald's was not serving breakfast when he wanted breakfast 24 hours a day. By the way, now that's solved because since this movie has come out, McDonald's started selling breakfasts 24 hours a day. I wonder if the guy who wrote this movie, Joshua, I'm wondering now if it was just a long play, like three-dimensional white guy chess to get McDonald's to stay serving breakfast all day. It's a thought. Oh, you remember too, though, because this is not a new idea. This is the idea that was from Death Wish, from Charles Bronson's Death Wish, and he just kept this idea going and going and going too. I don't know if you remember too, because Death Wish 4, which, right? Okay. And since McDonald's is only serving breakfast in select locations, we could end up on Death Wish 5 if we're not fucking careful, because these white guys want their breakfast when they want their breakfast a lot. And they mean it too. And they mean it deeply. And you can tell because Bruce Willis got in the game with the Bruce Willis version of Death Wish. So if you're wondering where a young person gets the idea that answering your problems by being a super vigilante badass with a gun and going and shooting the poors is the answer, well, a lot of mannish behavior right there. Don't see anything phallic happening in any of those pictures. That's not, no big black penises there at all that they wish they had at all. Not one. Do you have a sippy? Anyway, I like movies. Listen, I want to be clear though. It's not, this kind of propaganda is not limited to the shit that I hate. I wish it were, because that would mean that I was a good person. Did I leave? Joshua left the herb all the way in the kitchen. Joshua left the herb all the way in the kitchen. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share with you a thing that is true, that is one of my favies, that is also propaganda. And Joshua is going to get the weed from the kitchen. And you can just look at this for a second. And we'll be right back while you look at Captain America issue number 1. Joshua, go get it. They're just stuck me there. They're just looking for a second. It's fine. This is totally professional and a great way to do a live stream. And I'm sure we didn't lose anyone just then. We didn't lose anybody. Why would we? So this issue of Captain America is an issue that as you can see, he was punching Hitler in the face and making Hitler look very emasculated. He's hovering over his body. He's being quite a macho. Quite a macho. I've been going on my runs and my walks. That's how come I'm not out of breath, children. That's all. Little sweet potatoes. So this thing, while there's some clear, just hyper masculine and maybe a little bit homoerotic imagery happening, there is also history to it. Because you see, this was the number 1 selling comic book of its day because there was a deal that Marvel had worked out with the Army. And so for all of the new recruits, every single one of them and every single one of the boys overseas, that's how it would have been phrased at the time, Tucker Carlson would like it better that way. Siemens, they got a copy. They got a copy. Look at you. Don't worry about what my mama know. Don't worry about what my mama know. Hey. Okay. So, jingle jangle. Those who know. Those who don't. So, free copies to everyone in the armed forces. This is how Marvel became the owners of the number 1 selling piece of propaganda and the number 1 white guy cop who gave up, who he had the spirit of America in him. And then they gave him super soldier serum. And so they took a regular normal guy who probably couldn't get laid and was skinny and small and gave him superpowers and pumped him up big. And then he went and fought the evil forces. Again, I don't know where this young man would have gotten the idea that was his job. It's not in the water. It's not the mythology. It's the mythology. Also, by the way, I'm not lying. I cannot wait to see Captain. What is this? Black Captain America, Captain Blackula, it's going to be so fucking good. Falcon Winter Soldier. Woo! I'm a Marvel zombie. Okay, I know I was talking about the Snyder Cut not sucking so bad. This shit, this is exciting to me. Okay, this is deeply exciting to me. Now, this is propaganda for the military. Look at all of the red, white, and blue in this little dumb star right here. It's so ridiculous. And it's the new kind of propaganda where you have the black guy in front. It's like it's the Obama propaganda. And it's hi, look at my black friend. It's America going, hey, I got a black buddy. And so it's not good to do or enjoy and consume, because I bet you the theme is going to be we're cops of the world, and we're good cops of the world because we're vigilantes, but we're going to be cops of the cops, and we're going to be the cops of the cops because the cops got infiltrated by bad cops or super strong cops or some shit. I don't know, but it's going to happen tomorrow. And I am so fucking excited. Now, here's the problem. Aside from the fact that it is hyper militaristic, is the way that they make it look so cool. and that they can show you all the best of the technology, military technology, is they have a deal with the military where they can't directly criticize ever the United States military, um, because that wouldn't be propaganda. So if there is a complicated spy story that might happen, then it's going to have to be something like Baron Zemo and his gang infiltrated the real military, and that's what happened, because you can't badmouth the military itself, because the military, you got to remember, is this is what it's white guys on top. And so this is fine, but we're browning the office. This is not equity, you understand. We're just browning it up a little bit. We're not going to get too deep into it. And if you think about the way that they're trying to recruit to the military, right, and get people into the military, and remember that it is the military's job to actually, I just read an article earlier today. I think they said that they are going to work to be more lethal, more killy. The military is going to work to be more killy, right? And when the idea of the military being more killy, rather than be, now look at the look on, that is not a protector's look on your man Falcon's face. That's a killy look. That's a killy look. There's a little bullet hole or a scratch or something in the shield, that red, white, and blue there. And when the military gets the idea that killy looking is a good idea, and then because of Homeland Security, the police get extra funding to look more like the military, then the police also are going to start to get more killy. And they have been getting more killy of Blackie, in particular, of black people. But if you, in your propaganda, put the black people in the front and make them the heroes, and then you don't, you see what I'm saying? Because if the heroes are black, then we're not really thinking about the reality of when we're watching that the military and the cops are spending quite a lot of time killing the black and the brown people all around the world, and now at home with awesome, dope military gear that we've gotten pretty used to seeing because of the Winter Soldiers. Premieres Friday on Disney Plus. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be some shit. I think you're right. I think they are much more worried about looking than being racist, and it is in fact super killy, super killy. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. Anyway, this white young man, lost his mind and got killy. And it's part of a system and indoctrination that we are all suffering. And so I think we have to remember that, because if we just brush it off to sociopathy, if we just brush it off to lone wolfy, then we're not looking at the entire system that led to this young man doing what he did. And he is not alone. Let's consider the case of Kyle Rittenhouse. Now, Kyle decided to get a gun and just walk down the... Joshua, this is not Kyle Rittenhouse. This is child actor Ricky Schroeder. This is Silver Spoons. He was so cool. His dad had a train that went through the main room. No, seriously, can we get a real picture of Kyle Rittenhouse, please? Thank you. Oh, right. So there's Kyle Rittenhouse looking like Rick Schroeder. Oh, there's Rick Schroeder who bailed out Kyle Rittenhouse. Rick Schroeder bailed out Kyle Rittenhouse from jail for killing people randomly in the street with a big gun. With a big gun. And then he jumped bail. And then there was a national manhunt for him. And so, where is he now, Joshua? You don't know? All right, well, keep an eye out for Ricky Schroeder because he is living that Vida Loca. He's doing the white guy. Could kill it. What did Trump say? He could kill a guy in the middle of Fifth Avenue and wouldn't lose a vote. Wonder where he got that idea. Wonder where he could have gotten that idea. You know, I wonder if that kind of shit leads to this kind of shit. Seems like it, right? Like, what would happen if like a whole bunch of like a team got together, right? Like if it weren't a lone wolf, if you got a pack of wolves together, well, packs of wolves hunt like wolves, and then they probably encircle the prey, and then they jump on it. And if they were going to doing propaganda, they might do it carrying Blue Lives Matter flags. And if they were, then we might remember that this flag is actually a Nazi flag, okay? And also that it is a desecration of the Stars and Stripes if you actually believe in it or give a shit about it. Not that I do, because you are not supposed to discolor, put it on the floor, wear it, make anything else out of it. If you love the American flag, you're supposed to leave it the fuck alone. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of the flag. Otherwise, why have a bandera? It doesn't make as much sense. So a pack of wolves might, jump in there and then get, smear their poop on stuff. I don't know what it is with people and smearing their poop on stuff as a weapon. We're gonna producer Tracy, let's do some research and find out what the fuck that's about, because more on that later. Put a pin in that. Don't put a pin in the poop. Also, if we started scraping open the poop and we started finding that within the poop there were actual real life Nazis who were just like Nazi flavored Nazis. Do you know what I'm saying? Not like Nazi light, not like Blue Lives Flag Nazi, not like it's my heritage Nazi, like a straight up SS Nazi, and they were in the armed forces, and they then started doing things like taking over buildings during insurrections and shit. That would be weird. Speaking of some shit that would be weird like that, hey, this is Timothy Hale Cusinelli. He had secret clearance at the government and is in the armed forces and stormed the Capitol. Yeah, that's him right there doing a Charlie Chaplin imitation. It wasn't? What was he doing? Oh, he was doing his imitation of The Great Dictator, of the classic Gene Wilder film, The Great Dictator. He wasn't. No, of course not. Timothy was doing his imitation of his best Hitler. He was doing his best Hitler. No, what? Oh, he was doing his best Prince Harry. He was doing his best Prince Harry. That your hero still? Is that your white chocolate prince still? There he is. Just a few years ago at a Halloween party. Doing his Hitler. Doing his Hitler. Yikes. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and watch this. Let's go dark. Let's throw this on the screen for everybody. Can we do that? Is that possible? Okay. Thank you, Joshua. Can we bring up this comment, please? Here's a thing for you. People with severe mental health challenges, when scared, will revert to animal methods and survival, smearing poop on themselves and their environments to dissuade attackers. That makes quite a lot of sense. And I would even suggest that it might not just be when you are in severe mental health crisis. I think that might happen when you are in a severe crisis and a severe threat and you have run out of tactics. And if you were given access to perceived power that perhaps was not concrete, it was just a perception of power, and that power was the superpower of being white, and you found out that that power wasn't so super after all, and you got scared and you got into the Capitol, you might smear poo-poo on it because that would show them and you, and it would scare everybody, and you'd mark it and it's yours now. I don't know. Anyway, I don't think there are lone wolves. I don't think there are any lone wolves. I think we got there today. And thank you for the comment, for the contributions. Everybody so many people in the chats today. Hi everybody, you my little sweet potatoes. It's just wonderful to see you here. I wish we had something more fun to talk about, except that I guess the moral of the story is that white guys also think that they are the cops of the world. They think they're the bosses, the cops of the world, and when so they're trying to control. What are they trying? So wait, he said he committed the hate crime because what now? Because it tempted him. But what kind of temptation gives you a hate crime? That's like the man who was on the microphone for the basketball players, and then he called them all the niggers because he forgot that the mic was down when they took a knee, and he said it was because of his diabetes. Diabetes doesn't give you racism. No, Joshua, that makes no sense at all. Black people have lots and lots of diabetes. No, I know black people can be racist too. Right. If we adopt the ideas and the tenets of white supremacy, we can also exercise racism. I understand that. No. Yeah. Clarence Thomas is like, well, Tiger Woods. Yeah. You know what? They're still watching. Thank you. I don't know. Guess he was having a bad day. I want to say your name, and I'm going to say it so wrongly out loud that I am really embarrassed, and it's going to be as bad as when I suggested that the shooting in Atlanta happened in Las Vegas, but I'm going to give it a shot. Here we go. Maita? Is that right? A thumbs up in the chat if that's right. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. What are we doing? What? Oh, right. Yeah. Hey, mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be white guys. I get Martha. Okay. I thank you, Martha. Oh, that's the name of the mom and the wife in the Superman's movies, in the Justice League and the cop movie. Have you seen it yet? Seriously, it's so good. So much better than the first one. Listen, I'm not a DC fan. Fuck DC. I'm a Marvel zombie. I said this at the beginning, but I'll tell you what. The Snyder version, it's pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking good. It's so problematic. I mean, at the end of the day, Batman is still just a lost little boy running around in the street with weapons and shooting up whoever he perceives as the baddies and the poors and the aliens. And he said his superpower is being rich. It's not a superpower. If anything, it's a disability. It strips you of your humanity. Also, I don't really buy this version of it. Like, how does Batman make sense? Your superpower is being rich, but you're rolling around with like the King of Atlantis, a god from another planet, an Amazon warrior goddess, a kid who can change the time and space continuum and just grab shit out of it, and fucking a black robot boy. Oh, also the black robot boy's the star now. He's the hero. There's the one spoiler. He's got more shit to do. It's dope. Batman sucks. And as a fan of thick Thor, thick Batman doesn't make any goddamn sense. Where's the how? It just, I don't know. Don't be a vigilante, I guess. Was there a theme today? I forgot what we were talking about. Hey, this is a record that I'm on. It's one that I make some sounds on that are like rap sounds, and they're good. They're good. They're good rap sounds. I'm very good at it. And this is the band that I am doing that with most currently, and we are called Wallace. And this album is called And We Ride. Go check it out on your Spotify's or your Apple Musics, and then go back over to Bandcamp and buy it, because that's how artists live. There's the link right there in the chats from producer Tracy. Thanks. This has been another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. Hey, if you like what we do here, we are on the Instagram, the IG at Smoke and Mirrors CCB. You can also check us out at, or at least check me out, check the words I say out at Twitter at Caballo Negrito. I say, Caballo Negrito, I'm sorry for the monolingual among you. Literally translates to Batman sucks. So check me out at Twitter at Caballo Negrito, Twitter at Batman Sucks, and I say words there. If you have a thought, if you have a query, a question, or a suggestion about a guest who we might want to be in conversation with, you know what you could do? You could leave that at smokeandmirrorsccb@gmail.com. CCB is for comedy, culture, and blackness. This thing that you're looking at, this is produced by producer Tracy Tatamy. That's who's making the notes in the chats as we're going along with this. And I am Carlos Kareem Wyndham. I produced and hosted this. And you know what? I would like very much if you would take care of yourself, take care of each other. That means we can go outside, wear 2 masks, unless you've been vaccinated, and then you can just wear one. Then feel the wind in your hair with 1 mask and a vax in your arm. And then when you go home, wash your hands, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Why? Because the next time we're here under the philosopher's tree at Smoke and Mirrors, we want to be here with you. We want to be here with Bo. We want to be here with Matra. We want to be here with Rafael. We want to be here with Tracy. We want to be here with Alan. We want to be here with all our friends. We want to be here with you. We want to be here with you. Packed a bowl that I forgot to smoke. That's a sign. That's a sign that you might have smoked enough. All right. Get out of here. That's the show. No special postscript. No reason to be here now. See ya. They're so dumb. They left. Okay, if you're still here, let's just smoke. Don't do it like we did in the old days. You know what I mean? Just get it. Here we go. Now, when you say things like give it an extra suck, that also makes this bong seem phallic, which fair. That's fair. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.